Hi, this is J. Vishwanathan from Government Degree College, Medak. So in this video, we are going to discuss it on that is Krebs cycle. So Krebs cycle is very important process in mitochondria. So it is depend on the glycolysis action. So previous video we have discussed on the glycolysis, how the glucose is converted into, that is, 2 pyruvic acids. So means in the glycolysis, the formation of the pyruvic acid is very important for the next step of Krebs cycle. So in the glycolysis, that is one glucose is produced, that is 2 pyruvic acid. So many glucoses are present in our food materials or in food molecules is present in our body. That number of pyruvic acids are produced and number of pyruvic acids are participate in the mitochondria for the Krebs cycle. So means the Krebs cycle is depend on the glycolysis. The glycolysis is maybe aerobic or anaerobic. So it is present in the cytoplasm of this cell. So these pyruvic acids, actually these pyruvic acids are very important. See here, that is these pyruvic acids, 2 pyruvic acids. These 2 pyruvic acids are very important in the participation of Krebs cycle. So this is Krebs cycle. What is Krebs and who is discovered this Krebs means? Hans Krebs in 1937 describes Krebs cycle. So he is described in 1937 and he got Nobel Prize in 1953. So in the 1953 he got a Nobel Prize for the discover the that is Krebs cycle. So Krebs cycle present in matrix of, actually Krebs cycle is present in the matrix of that is mitochondria. So it is very important. Actually that is the pyruvic acid is formed in the cytoplasm of the cell, but that pyruvic acid is enter into the mitochondria of the matrix, so means cytoplasm of the mitochondria, and then it is participate in the Krebs cycle. So this is a process is there. So means cytoplasm to mitochondrial cytoplasm, cell cytoplasm to mitochondrial cytoplasm. So means that a Krebs cycle is present in only mitochondrial matrix, but glycolysis is present in only cytoplasm of the cell. So this is very important. The difference is different. So that is in Krebs cycle, citric acid is the first substance, so called as citric acid cycle. This is very important. So in this Krebs cycle, actually in the Krebs cycle, that is first substrate is formed that we are called as a citric acid. The citric acid is the first formation of substrate. So that's why this Krebs cycle is also called as a citric acid cycle, right? So Krebs cycle is given, that name is given by based on the Hans Krebs. So his name, scientist name is there. That's why they call as a Krebs cycle. And the formation of the first substrate in the Krebs cycle, that we are called as a citric acid. So that cycle we are also called as a citric acid cycle. And also it is a tricarboxylic acid. So citric acid is a tricarboxylic acid, so called as tricarboxylic acid cycle. So it is also called as a tricarboxylic acid cycle. So means in the structure of the that is the citric acid, the carboxylic structures are present. That carboxylic structures are very important in the citric acid. So that's why we are called as a tricarboxylic that is citric acids, tricarboxylic cycle or citric acid cycle. So tricarboxylic means, so there is a that is structure is present. That structure we are called as a tricarboxylic means that is 3 3COOH. This is very important. In the citric acid, there is a 3 COOHs are present, that is a tricarboxylic cycle. And also this cycle organic acids are produced. So this in this cycle, that is, there are number of organic acids are produced. So organic acids, there is no, they are not a synthetic acids, means inorganic acids. So it is a organic acids are produced in the Krebs cycle. That's why they called as a organic acid cycle. So Krebs cycle, the Krebs cycle word means that name is given by the based on the scientist name, that is Hans Krebs, and the substrate name citric acid cycle and the citric acid, so called as a citric acid cycle. And in the structure of the citric acid, there are 3 carboxylic acids are present, so called as a tricarboxylic acid. And in this Krebs cycles, the number of organic acids are produced. That's why they called as a organic acid cycle. So this is very important. So this is the introduction of the Krebs cycle. So in the next that is so in the Krebs cycle, between the cytoplasm and between the cytoplasm of the mitochondria. So between the cell cytoplasm and between the that is matrix of the mitochondria, the transfer of the pyruvic acid is very important into the matrix of the mitochondria. That is, in the mitochondria, the pyruvic acid is converted into another form. It is converted as a different form that we are called as a acetyl coenzyme A. So that we are called as a pyruvic acid oxidative decarboxylation. So means that is in the cell cytoplasm, that is pyruvic acid is present, that is transferred into the membrane of the mitochondria through the mitochondrial membrane into the matrix of the mitochondria by the formation of another substrate, that we are called as a acetyl coenzyme A. So this process we are called as a pyruvic acid oxidative decarboxylation. So oxidation and decarboxylation is present for the formation of acetyl coenzyme A from the pyruvic acid. So this is very, very important, right? So acetyl coenzyme A is a substrate that is easily that is transferred into the mitochondrial matrix, because the pyruvic acid is not able to transfer into the mitochondrial matrix. So it is impermeable to the mitochondria. So means it is not easily transferred to the mitochondrial matrix. So that's why the pyruvic acid is converted into acetyl coenzyme A. So this process we are called as a pyruvic acid oxidative decarboxylation, right? This is very important. So pyruvic acid transferred from cytoplasm of the cell into mitochondrial or mitochondria matrix with the help of pyruvate translocator protein, that we are called as a pyruvate translocator protein. So pyruvic acid is that is enter into the mitochondrial matrix with the help of one protein that we are called as a translocator protein. So it is the transporter. Actually this protein we are called as a transporter. So this is very important. And also you are observe here, that is the pyruvic acid. The pyruvic acid with the help of NAD+, the pyruvic acid with the help of NAD+ and with the help of coenzyme A, it is formed as a acetyl coenzyme A. And NADH form as a NADH and H+, and CO2 is released. So in this reaction, NADH H2 is formed, means NADH and H+ is formed, and that is CO2 is released, and that is acetyl coenzyme A is formed. So in this reaction means in this these products are produced by with the help of enzymes that we are called as a pyruvate dehydrogenase and decarboxylase. With the help of dehydrogenase, that NADH gain the H2 ions, and decarboxylase means H2O is released. Sorry, CO2 is released, means carbon dioxide is released. So actually pyruvic acid has a 3 carbon molecules. Yes or no? That 3 carbon molecule is that is pyruvic acid has a 3 carbon molecules. So in their structure 3 carbons are contained in the pyruvic acid. That pyruvic acid is converted into acetyl coenzyme A. So this acetyl coenzyme A has only 2 carbon molecules, because one carbon molecule is released as a carbon dioxide. So with the help of decarboxylase, pyruvate decarboxylase. So this is very important. Pyruvate decarboxylase is remove the one carbon as a carbon dioxide, and also NADH and H plus is produced. So this is very important. These enzymes are very important for the production of acetyl coenzyme A, means 2 carbon molecule, and NADH2 plus release of carbon dioxide. Now the pyruvic acid is converted as a acetyl coenzyme A. This acetyl coenzyme A is transferred into that is matrix of the mitochondria with the help of translocator protein. So this is very important. Before the before beginning the Krebs cycle in the mitochondria. So means pyruvic acid is now formed as a acetyl coenzyme A and release carbon dioxide and produced NADH2. These are the very important. So between the pyruvic acid, acetyl coenzyme A, one NADH2 is produced and one carbon dioxide is released. Right? So this is the next. Pyruvic acid. So pyruvic acid form as a acetyl coenzyme A now. So the acetyl coenzyme A is formed. So this cycle is begin in the mitochondrial matrix. That acetyl coenzyme A form as a, again with the help of oxaloacetic acid. So this oxaloacetic acid and acetyl coenzyme A bind and form as a third step that we are called as a citric acid cycle. So the 12th step of the means already in the mitochondrial matrix the oxaloacetic acid is present. They are again and again forming the matrix of the mitochondria. That oxaloacetic acid bind with acetyl coenzyme A, because oxaloacetic acid contain 4 carbon molecules. So these are the 4 carbon molecules. Acetyl coenzyme is a 2 carbon molecules. So totally 6 carbon molecules citric acid is produced. So the oxaloacetic acid has a 4 carbon molecules. So 4 carbon molecules bind with 2 carbon molecules of the acetyl coenzyme and form as a citric acid. Now citric acid form as a cis-aconitic acid. So 5th one is isocitric acid, and 6th one is oxalosuccinic acid, and 7th one is alpha ketoglutaric acid, and 8th one is succinyl coenzyme A, and 9th one is succinic acid, and 10th one is fumaric acid, and 11th one is malic acid, and finally again in the cycle of the Krebs cycle, that is oxaloacetic acid is produced. So this oxaloacetic acid again ready to gain another acetyl coenzyme A. So again form as a citric acid cycle. So this is the continued process from the formation of a citric acid and then finally form as a oxaloacetic acid with the help of acetyl coenzyme and with the help of pyruvic acid with the means the conversion of the pyruvic acid as a acetyl coenzyme. So this is a simple cycle actually, but as a briefly we are observing the next slide. Now the first one is as a step-by-step method from the first to 12th steps. Actually, in the Krebs cycle, from the pyruvic acid participate in the formation of acetyl coenzyme A. From that to end of the that is citric acid cycle, that is formation of the acetyl coenzyme A. It has 12 carbon molecules. It has 12 carbon molecules. Right, means 12 stages are present. Sorry, 12 stages are present in the citric acid cycle. Right, first one stage, pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid, it is converted into acetyl coenzyme. Already we have discussed it. That is pyruvate dehydrogenase and pyruvate kinase decarboxylase. That is carbon dioxide is released here, and that is NADH. H2 is produced in this. That is between the pyruvic acid and formation of the acetyl coenzyme. Now the acetyl coenzyme is enter into citric acid. So with the help of oxaloacetic acid. So this citric acid bind with oxaloacetic acid, then form acetyl coenzyme bind with oxaloacetic acid and form as a citric acid cycle. Right, third step is formed. So you easily observe here. Observe in the last previous that is slide, that is 12th one, that is oxaloacetic acid bind with acetyl coenzyme A and form as a citric acid cycle. So this is important. So in the formation of the citric acid cycle, that is enzyme is very important, that we are called citric synthetase. So oxaloacetic acid and acetyl coenzyme A bind with the help of citric synthetase, and the coenzyme A is released from the acetyl coenzyme A and then form as a citric acid. The citric synthetase, with the help of citric synthetase, the citric acid is formed, and the coenzyme A is released from the acetyl coenzyme A. Now the first substrate is formed in the citric acid cycle or Krebs cycle. So the citric acid cycle again form as a fourth step, that we are called as a cis-aconitic acid. So the cis-aconitic acid is a isomerase to citric acid because it is lost water. When the citric acid is lost water, then it is formed as a cis-aconitic acid. So this loss of water, when it is lost water, with the help of aconitase, so the citric acid is formed as a cis-aconitic acid. So this is very important. And again cis-aconitic acid is formed as a isocitric acid in the fifth step. So the fourth step of the cis-aconitic acid again gain the water, and with the help of aconitase, and in the fifth step the isocitric acid is formed. So means the citric acid is now converted into isocitric acid, means these are the isomerases of citric acid. The finally citric acid is formed as a isocitric acid in the fifth step of the Krebs cycle, right? So the fifth isocitric acid and form as a sixth stage, that we are called as a oxalosuccinic acid. So this is very important. The oxalosuccinic acid is produced with the help of isocitric dehydrogenase. Now the dehydrogenase means the NADH gain 2 H plus ions. So now the NADH is participate in the isocitric dehydrogenase. Then the oxalosuccinic acid, when oxalosuccinic acid is formed, the NADH plus is formed as a NADH2. So means dehydrogenase, isocitric dehydrogenase is added the 2 H2 molecules to the NADH. So here in the fifth and sixth, between the fifth and sixth, one NADH is produced. Between the fifth and sixth, the NADH is, so the fifth and between the fifth and sixth, the NADH is produced. This is very important. So already NADH is produced between the pyruvic acid and acetyl coenzyme A. Here 1 and here 2. Second NADH is produced. Between the 1 to 1 NADH is produced, and between the 5th and 6th stage again 1 NADH is produced. Right? So this is a 6th stage of the oxalosuccinic acid. So after oxalosuccinic acid again converted into another form with the help of oxalosuccinic decarboxylase. Oxalosuccinic decarboxylase. This is very important. Oxalosuccinic decarboxylase. The oxalosuccinic acid is again converted into that is another form that we are called as a alpha ketoglutaric acid. The oxalosuccinic decarboxylase convert the oxalosuccinic means third formation is now converted into 7th formation that we are called as a alpha ketoglutaric acid. So in the alpha ketoglutaric acid the CO2 is released again here, and here the coenzyme is also participate in the formation of that is alpha ketoglutaric acid. So then with the presence of the coenzyme A, that is the alpha ketoglutaric acid form as a 8th formation that we are called as a succinyl coenzyme A. So means the oxalosuccinic acid form alpha ketoglutaric acid, and then alpha ketoglutaric acid form 8th step that we are called succinyl coenzyme A. Between the 7th and 8th formations, the coenzyme A is participate and carbon dioxide is released, and these are that is based on the presence of alpha ketoglutaric dehydrogenase and decarboxylase. Again here the dehydrogenase is present, alpha ketoglutaric dehydrogenase. So this, when the dehydrogenase is present, the two H2 ions are added to the NADH, then form as a NADH2, and decarboxylase is present, then the CO2 is released. So means between the 7th and 8th the carbon dioxide released and NADH2 is also released with the help of alpha ketoglutaric dehydrogenase and decarboxylase. So this is the 8th step formation, that is succinyl coenzyme A. Now the succinyl coenzyme A. The succinyl coenzyme A again form as a succinic acid. The coenzyme is now released. The coenzyme is released from the succinyl coenzyme A. It is released, and the water is added to the succinyl coenzyme A with the help of succinic thiokinase. So with the help of enzyme that we are called succinic thiokinase, the water is added to the succinyl coenzyme A. So between the 9th and between the 8th and 9th formation, the ADP is produced ATP. So now the directly ATP is produced between the succinyl coenzyme A and the succinic acid. So here the ADP and the inorganic phosphate is bind and form as a ATP. So one ATP is produced, again that is coenzyme A is released and water is added to the succinyl coenzyme A, and the enzyme is succinate thiokinase. So this is very important in the 9th and between the 8th. After 9th formation, that is succinic acid form as a fumaric acid. So between these two, again succinic dehydrogenase is present, the enzyme is present, that enzyme release the H2 ions, then FAD is formed as a FADH2. So this is again along with the NADH, now in the Krebs cycle FADH2 is produced with the help of succinic dehydrogenase. When the dehydrogenase is present, then the H2 ions are added to the either NAD or FAD. Now in the succinic fumaric acid, between this the FADH2 is produced. So in the 10th stage, from this 10th, the fumaric acid. The fumaric acid is again formed as a malic acid. The fumaric acid is formed as a malic acid. The water is added to the fumaric acid. So that water is added to the fumaric acid. The presence of fumarase. The fumaric acid now converted into malic acid. So finally malic acid is converted into oxaloacetic acid, OAA, that we are called as a OAA, oxaloacetic acid. So with the help of malic dehydrogenase. So malic dehydrogenase is very important for the formation of oxaloacetic acid. So this is four carbon molecules as a oxaloacetic acid. Now you are seen in this that is a slide, or observe in this slide, one carbon dioxide released here, right? So between the 7th and 8th means actually citric acid is a that is 6 carbon molecules. Actually citric acid is a 6 carbon molecules, but from the 6 carbon molecules one carbon dioxide is released in the that is released in the 7th and 8th, and again one carbon dioxide released. So here one carbon dioxide released and another is actually that is citric acid as a 6 carbon molecules. Actually citric acid has a 6 carbon molecules. This is converted into again 4 carbon molecules of the oxaloacetic acid. So finally only 4 carbon molecules of the oxaloacetic acid is produced. So how it is produced means, in the Krebs cycle there are 2 carbon dioxide molecules are released between the that is one is released between the that is decarboxylic, that is oxalosuccinic decarboxylic. Here one carbon dioxide released, and second one is that 7th and 8th. Actually 6th 7th, between the 6th 7 one carbon dioxide is released, and 7-8 another carbon dioxide is released. So there are 2 carbon dioxide released from the substrate. So the 6 carbon molecules are converted into, in the 6th stage, in the 6th formation, that is we are called as a oxalosuccinic acid. This is 6th stage. After oxalosuccinic acid is formed, then carbon dioxide released. So the 5 carbon molecule is, that is alpha ketoglutaric acid, that is it has only 5 carbon molecules. Again that lost carbon dioxide and form as a succinyl coenzyme. It is also 4 carbon molecules, because one again carbon dioxide released from the alpha ketoglutaric acid. So means in the Krebs cycle, the 6 carbon molecules of the that is citric acid is lost 2 carbon molecules as a carbon dioxide, then finally form as a oxalosuccinic acid. So this oxalosuccinic acid again participate, again bind with that is acetyl coenzyme A. Oxalosuccinic acid again bind with acetyl coenzyme A. So observe here the oxaloacetic acid here, it is bind with acetyl coenzyme A and form as a citric acid cycle. So this cycle is very, very important. Again and again oxaloacetic acid is formed and it is bind with acetyl coenzyme A and form as a citric acid cycle. So this is very important in the Krebs cycle, right? So in the glycolysis, actually in the glycolysis, how many ATPs are produced means, there are 2 ATPs are produced. Actually 4 is produced, but 2 are used in the formation of the dihydroxyestone phosphate and glycerolate 3-phosphate. So that's why in the glycolysis only 2 ATPs are produced, but in the Krebs cycle directly each one Krebs cycle. Actually here there are two pyruvic acids are participate in the Krebs cycle. Separately each pyruvic acid is participate in the Krebs cycle. So every pyruvic acid is produced only directly one ATP. So here there are two ATPs are produced directly that is participate of the one glucose through the glycolysis. Actually the glucose is produced two pyruvic acids. Pyruvic acids participate in the two Krebs cycles, then directly two Krebs cycles produced to ATPs. This is very important. So means in the Krebs cycle directly two ATPs are produced. And again observe here that is in the formation of the citric acid to oxaloacetic acid. So here there are three NADH 2 are produced. So where they are produced means between one pyruvic acid to acetyl coenzyme A, here one NADH2 is produced, and fifth to sixth, between fifth and sixth, second NADH2 is produced. So these are two, remember this. And in the next step, in seventh and eighth, again one NADH is produced. Means three NADH2s are produced in the Krebs cycle, one Krebs cycle. So one pyruvic acid is participate in the one Krebs cycle. In that one Krebs cycle only means three NADH2s are produced. One Krebs cycle, that is one ATP is produced. And how many carbon dioxide released in the Krebs cycle means? So the pyruvic acid is participate in the formation of oxaloacetic acid and then form as acetyl coenzyme A, and then it is formed as again oxaloacetic acid. So here there are three. So see in this next slide, every each that is from the one Krebs cycle, 3 NADH is produced and one FADH2 is produced. Where the FADH2 is produced in the Krebs cycle means the the fumaric acid, formation of the fumaric acid from the succinic acid, form as a fumaric acid. Between these two steps the FADH2 is formed. So each one pyruvic acid participate in the Krebs cycle, one FADH2 is produced, and one 3 NADH is and one ATP is produced. So this is based on the participate of the one pyruvic acid. Actually in the Krebs cycle there are two pyruvic acids are participate in the Krebs cycle. That is we are called in the Krebs cycle total 6 NADH2 is produced. So 6 NADH2, 2 FADH2. So each one is present in the each one Krebs cycle and 2 ATPs are produced. And from the Krebs cycle how many carbon dioxides are released means each one Krebs cycle. So see here between the acetyl coenzyme A formation one carbon dioxide is released, and that is oxalosuccinic acid and alpha ketogluteric acid, one carbon dioxide is released, and between the alpha ketogluteric acid and that is eighth one succinyl coenzyme A, again one carbon dioxide is released. So every Krebs cycle released 3 carbon molecules. So in the if the two pyruvic acids are participate in the that is Krebs cycle, how many carbon dioxides are released? There are 6 carbon dioxides are released in the Krebs cycle. So 6 carbon dioxide, 6 NADH, 2 FADH and 2 ATPs. Right? So how many ATPs are produced from the NADH and FADH? Actually, one NADH is equal to 3 ATP. So that is equal to 3 ATP. Means here in the one glucose phosphate in the Krebs cycle, the 6 NADHs are produced. So in the Krebs cycle only, actually in the glycolysis, 2 NADHs are produced, but is another matter. But in the only we are observing the Krebs cycle, that is 6 NADH is produced. That's why the 6 into 3 is equal to 18 ATPs are produced from the NADH in the Krebs cycle, and 2 FADH are there. So 2 FADH means 1 FADH is equal to 2 ATPs. 1 FADH is equal to 2 ATPs means total in the Krebs cycles 4 ATPs are produced. 4 ATPs are produced. So 18 ATPs from NADH, which are participating in the electron transport, and 4 ATPs from 2 FADH2, and 2 ATPs are directly produced in the Krebs cycle. So total 24 ATPs are produced. 24. So 4 to that is 24 ATPs are produced from the Krebs cycle. So this is very important. So this basic knowledge is very important. How many NADH is produced, how many FADH2s are produced, how many ATPs are produced from in the Krebs cycle, and also how many ATPs are produced in the glycolysis, and how many NADH2s are produced in the glycolysis. So this all NADH and FADH2s are participate in the next step of the cellular respiration, that we are called as a electron transport system. So that is called as a electron transport system. The electron transport in the electron transport system, that is NADH and FADH2s are directly produced ATPs. So in the glycolysis, 2 ATPs are produced, 2 ATPs are directly produced, and in the Krebs cycle, that is 2 ATPs are produced. Only 4 ATPs are produced from the glycolysis and Krebs cycle as a directly, right? So this is about the Krebs cycle. Thank you.